Good afternoon, everyone. We're coming in a little late today, but we are going to get to Pass Rush Friday as we do on every Friday. And I'm going to tell you right up front that this is going to be quick and this is going to be ugly because the Seahawks may have won on Sunday. They may have gotten a much needed, much appreciated W over a division rival that we do not like. But they did not do it via the pass rush because not only did we have a bad pass rush game this week, we had a terrible pass rush game. The worst of the season. I'd say spoilers, but you guys watched the game. You know that we didn't touch Jimmy Garoppolo but a couple of times. Now, one of the times we did get pressure on him, it resulted in a safety, which, hey, that's a key pressure, right? So I'll give him that, but I won't give him much else because this was pathetic. We we did not make Jimmy Garoppolo have to work hard for just about anything in that game, and we have a 17 game schedule, and we may not get to 150 QB pressures this year. I was saying we should get to 200. That's how bad things are. All right, got to break it down. Like I said, this is probably going to be pretty quick because there's so many zeros in this week that it's not even funny. So, defensive ends, Carlos Dunlap got a pressure, and it was a sack, a safety. So, I guess good for him, right? It's his biggest impact game in a while, and he continues to kind of play out the string in a year that was a huge disappointment for him. But he did make an impact in that game. Nothing from anyone else except for Rasheem Green, he's turning on the contract year Jets, guys. He's turning on those contract year Jets. He's amassed, 9 pressures in the last 6 games that he's played. He's gotten a couple of sacks. He had the blocked PAT that he took back for a 2-pointer. So I I'm having a hard time buying what Rasheem Green is trying to sell me right now. He's trying to tell me that he's turned the corner and figuring this stuff out, but I'm seeing a late contract year push that I'm very hesitant to buy on. But for whatever it's worth, he did play a pretty good game against the 49ers and has been playing, at least he's having an impact lately. He may end this season with 20 plus pressures, which is more than I was expecting. Okay, defensive tackles. We didn't get much of a push in the interior either. Puna Ford, nada. Al Woods, nada. LJ Collier chimes in with 1 QB pressure. One. You know, it seems like every time he gets out there, he does actually get in the backfield and harass the quarterback. He doesn't make any sacks. He doesn't do anything else good, but he is actually getting to the quarterback a little bit. So, I don't know. I guess that tells you how bad he is at everything else that he still can't get on the field, even though we could really use somebody like him who rushes the passer competently. Monet, nothing, and Kimdichie did not play, so that's the whole defensive line minus Darrell Taylor, and we've only got four QB pressures. Not sacks, not hits, not hurries, just pressures. The further we get away from that 49ers game, the more it becomes kind of unbelievable that we actually managed to win. I mean, look at this crap. And then it doesn't get any better. You go to the linebackers. Darrell Taylor had 1 pressure, and by the way, he did not have a very good game. So I don't know if that neck injury he had against Pittsburgh is inhibiting him, but he hasn't really looked the same lately to me. I'm not worried about it long term. Of course, this is basically his rookie year, and he's still overall the best pass rusher on this team. Even if he doesn't have the most pressures, he is actually being a little more fruitful on the pressures that he gets. But I don't think he's been the same over the last month. So hopefully he can work himself back into top form by next year because this year, whatever. Obviously, at this point, we're just trying to see what we got. And we know we got Darrell Taylor next year. No other linebacker got any pressures. Nothing from Wagner, nothing from Brooks. Not that they played badly or anything, but nothing on that front. And that is it, guys. That is it. Cornerbacks, I don't know if we blitzed any cornerbacks in that game, but we got 0 pressure. So Nothing to speak of here. And safeties, Jamal Adams only played half the game. He didn't get any pressures in the half that he did play, and of course Quandre Diggs didn't. That is a wrap, guys. I cannot believe the defense actually pitched a second half shutout and we won this game. 5 QB pressures. I don't know how many times Jimmy Garoppolo dropped back to pass in that game, but this is pathetic. However many times Jimmy Garoppolo dropped back to pass in that game, it was too many for us to only be getting 5 pressures. And I'll say it again. I expected this defensive line, this pass rush in general, to be solid this year. I was really excited for them. I cannot believe how toothless they are. They have set the bar lower as the season has gone on, too. They're not getting better. They are, by and large, getting worse. And I know part of it is that Darrell Taylor's not what he was at the start of the season before his injury, but still. So, yeah, we are now at 117 pressures with 5 games left. 5 games left, and we are not even close to the goal of 200. Okay, not even close. And the reasons for this are pretty clear. Dunlap is falling way short of expectations. Alton Robinson, he's not improving in his second year like I was hoping. Kerry Hyder has... maybe I was being a little presumptuous with assuming he was going to get up to 25 because he's a 5 tech, but I expected better, to be perfectly honest. Poona Ford is not showing any 3 tech skills to me. Collier basically got shelved when I thought he was going to at least be a competent rotational piece. Yeah, Jamal Adams not getting as much pressure. Like you add all this stuff up, it makes a lot of sense, but this might be one of the worst pass rushes in football. Like, we are right down there with teams like Atlanta in terms of incompetency at getting to the quarterback. And look, we can talk about these players if we want to, and of course I will. Like, Dunlap has legitimately been a complete waste. Some of these guys aren't developing, but to me it really comes back to the defensive philosophy of playing the run first as defensive linemen. Other teams don't do that. We do. Me and the Hawks Nest talk about this sometimes in our streams. We got to knock that off. That's not okay. That's okay. There's a reason why no other team does it. And you can see how it's crippling us. We are legitimately on pace to average less than 10 QB pressures a game. This is despite the fact that we are facing a reasonable number of pass attempts a game. It's not like teams are only dropping back to pass 15 times a game against us. No. They are dropping back to pass a normal amount of times, and we cannot get to the quarterback at all. So, it's one of the biggest disappointments of the year for me. Cannot get to the quarterback. This was the worst game yet. We got 5 games left. Some of them are against really weak competition. We should see better things, but I've already seen enough to know that this did not cut it. This did not cut it at all, and I can't believe we beat the 49ers. So, praise to the defensive backs, by the way. They are holding up with no pass rush right now. And praise to Jimmy Garoppolo for being so bad that he still can't win a game, still can't put up 30-plus points on a defense that cannot pressure you at all. I'll see you guys a little later. We got an injury report coming out. Go Hawks.